Hello YouTube, welcome back to another video. You're reading the Bible. You're read Jonah 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. Alright, let's go. Jonah flees from the Lord. The word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai. Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come before me. But Jonah ran away from the Lord, and he headed for Tarshish. He went down to Joppa, where he found a ship bound for that port. After praying the fare, he went aboard to sail for to flee for the Lord. Then the Lord sent a great wind on the sea. Such a violent storm arose, and the ship threatened to break up. All the sailors were afraid, and each cried to his own God. They threw up the cargo, and the sea lined the ship. But Jonah had begun below deck, where he lay down and fell in deep sleep. The captain went to him and said, "How can you sleep? Get up and call on your God. Maybe he will take notice of us so that we will not perish." Then the sailors said to each other, "Come, let us cast lots to find who is responsible for this calamity." They cast lots, and lots of them fell on Jonah. So they asked him, "Tell us, who is responsible for making all this trouble on us? What kind of work did you do? Where did you come from? What is your country? For what people are you?" He answered, "I'm a Hebrew, and worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land." This terrified them. They asked, "What have you done?" They knew this was the Lord. That he knew he was running away from the Lord, because he was already told them so. The sea was getting rougher and rougher, so they asked him, "What should we do to make the sea calm down for us?" "Pick me up and throw me into the sea," he replied, "and it will become calm. I know this is my fault. The great storm has come upon you." Instead, the men did their best to row back to the island, but they could not, for the sea grew even wilder than before. Then they cried out to the Lord, "Please, Lord, do not let us die for taking this man's life. Do not hold us accountable for killing an innocent man, for you, Lord, have done us as you please." Then they took Jonah, threw him overboard, and the raging sea grew calm. At this, the men greatly feared the Lord, and they offered a sacrifice to the Lord and made vows to him. Jonah's prayer. Now the Lord provided a huge fish to swallow Jonah, and Jonah was in the belly of a fish 3 days and 3 nights. From this the fish and Jonah prayed to the Lord his God. He said, "In my distress I called to the Lord, and he answered me. From the deep, in the realm of the dead, called for help, and you listened to my cry. You hurled me into the depths, into the very height of the sea, and the current swirled above me. All you poor waves and breakers swept over me. I have banished from your sight, yet I know looking in towards your holy temple." The infuriating waters threatened me. The deep surrounded me. The swayed and was knocked around my head. The roots of the mountains I sank down. Their many buried me forever, but you, Lord my God, brought my life from the pit. When my life was blowing away, I remembered you, Lord, and my prayer rose to your people, into your holy temple. Those who calling otherwise worthless idols turn away from God. Love for them, but with thy shouts of grateful praise, I will sacrifice you. Will sacrifice to you. I have vowed I will make good, and I will make good. I will say, salvation come from the Lord. And the Lord commanded the fish, and vomited Jonah into dry land. Jonah goes to Nineveh. Then Then the word of the Lord came to Jonah the second time. Go to the great city of Nineveh and proclaim to the message I gave you. Jonah obeyed the word of the Lord and went down to Nineveh. Now Nineveh was a very large city. It took 3 days to go through it. Jonah began by going a day's journey to the sea, proclaiming 40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown. The Nineveh believed God. A fast was proclaimed on all of them, from the greatest to the least, for the put on sackcloth. When Jonah warning reached the king of Nineveh, he rose from the throne, took off his royal robes, covered himself with sackcloth, and sat down in the dust. This is the proclamation he issued to Nineveh. By this decree, the king and his nobles: do not let people or animals, herds or flock taste anything. Do not let them eat or drink. But let the people and animals be covered with sackcloth. Let everyone call urgently on God. Let them give up their evil ways and their violence. Who knows? God may yet relent with compassion to her. From this his fierce anger would not be perished. When God saw this, when God saw what they did and how they turned from their evil ways, he relented and did not bring them to destruction he had threatened. That's our Bible read today. So yeah, see y'all.